Okay, this morning I started my truck and within a few seconds this hose popped off. All the oil from the transmission dumped on the ground. This has been a repair and it's eventually the pressure builds up and pushes that hose off. It's done it twice. Did it in the spring, did it this morning. Cold morning this morning. So what I'm going to do is build something to fix this problem. Okay, so I dug up this piece of metal. It's 3/4 square solid hot rolled steel, and what I'm gonna do is cut a couple of pieces, a short little piece. I'm gonna weld it to, and cut one, weld one onto this bar, and then drill a 7/16 hole. I measured it. That's the size of the line. I'm going to drill and tap, and that will give me some grip onto that metal line. Put 2/4 inch bolts right through here and here, and clamp it down on one on each end, so it'll look something like that. And then I had a third drawing here. Here it is. I was going to run a flat bar to join the two, but I realized that the engine is on mounts, rubber mounts, and it moves a little. So, and the rad, the tranny and the engine they move a little, they shake around a little bit. So that's why that rubber hose is there. What I'll do is I'll take a piece of sheet metal, come down here, there's 2 clamps on the hose right now. I'll put a third clamp on and clamp a little thin piece of metal, maybe something like I had a piece here, something like that. I'll just drill a 1/4 inch hole in one end, come down with the other end, tuck it through a clamp, one of these little screw clamps. I had one of those around here too. So I'll just put it through, something like that, clamp it and bend it over, and it shouldn't come off on the hose. Let's see what we can do. Okay, I just finished welding that. Now I'm just going to drill a hole, and I'll drill a large hole and then the 2/4 inch. I'm going to go 1 or 2 sizes over 1/4 on the drill press. Okay, I've got it started there now. It's a 932 bit. Okay, now I'm going to tap it. And this is the trickiest part. If this top wrench breaks or something, I'll just start over again. But no sense drilling the other 2 holes until this is done. So I'll do that and I'll come back. Okay, it's through. That was a workout. So I think I said that was 932s. And the 932s is going to be the cross holes for the 1/4 inch. I'm going 2 over. This I think is 27/64 this hole. That's what they recommend for this tap. So now I'll go to the drill press and I'll drill my 2 932 holes. And we'll do that. My second hole. I'm going to cut a little off the end. I think I made that piece a bit too long. Okay, I'm through. Okay, I found 2 bolts. Go right in there. One's a bit longer. This longer one gives me the option of putting a second nut on. to hold my little metal piece of sheet metal, or what I'm going to use basically to hold this metal line to the other side of the clamps on the rubber hose. It's going to kind of hold them together and not allow them to move apart. Like, should work. So I've got them apart, and I just got to clean off the weld on this one end here. So next I'm going to install them on the truck. Bring you over there. Okay, I dry fitted it, and it seems to it's going to be tight enough. I won't have to grind any metal between the two. So I picked the right size, and with the thread, with the fine thread, it's really going to grip that metal line. You might have gone away without even doing that, but with that thread, I've done this before on our pressure washer, and it worked. It's been on there for years. Here's my pressure washer. It's got to be 5 years ago I did this on the pressure washer. I welded a little piece of pipe on that one. Same as what I've just made, but a little bigger, much heavier. And this little hose just kept popping off. The original clamp that held it on there corroded and rusted and fell off, and you know, we're pretty well going to have to throw this pressure washer out because nobody had the piece that would screw on here. So I fabricated that, clamped it on the pressure wand, and it's been working ever since. Okay, I've got one installed. That one down there, that's really hard to get at that spot. So that one's installed. And it's clamped on pretty tight. There's a little tiny bit of space between the two. I don't know if you can see it there. Maybe, I don't know, a 32nd of an inch or less than that, maybe a 64th. So that tells me it's clamped on pretty good. It shouldn't move on there. Now I got the bottom one. I got to climb underneath and do the bottom one. Okay, I've got it all together. I took the piece of sheet metal. I drilled one hole on the end. I put it on that stud, basically the threaded part sticking out, and I just got to cut this off. I think side cutters. I was going to use tin snips, but see if these side cutters will do it. Might. It's being stubborn. Anyway, I'll go get some tin snips if I have to. There we go. So there we go. I've got one end done. That should not come off now. No matter how hard that hose wants to pull off, it shouldn't come off. And that's clamped tight onto the metal line. Right there. It turns a corner as well, so there's no way that can come off there. I gotta do the top one. And if anyone out there has a better solution than this, let me know in the comments. But I think this is a good idea for me. I've done something similar to this in the past, and it worked. So it never popped off. The last two trucks, this truck and the last two trucks, have all had the same problem. I'm living in kind of the Rust Belt here. Salt on the roads in the winter for many months. Winters are long, and the metal lines eventually they rust out. No matter how often you get down here and oil spray and pressure wash, and eventually your lines go. And the only way, there's no manufacturer sells anything to clamp this better than what I'm doing. So It didn't take very much time, a little over an hour to build this, and it didn't take very fancy tools. A couple of a tap, a couple of drill bits. I think almost anybody should have the basic tools to do this job, so worked for me, and if it solves your problems, great. So the only thing I gotta watch out for now is this rusting, so I'll just give it a little squirt of oil every year, and I think it should last for a long time. If you like what I'm doing, subscribe, and thanks for watching.